Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, y'all. Let us get started. So, let me go to we're working on a boat and we started yesterday. I didn't get super far. But today we will work on it a little bit more. So, this image is actually pretty this image is actually pretty hey Jacqua Jams, how are you, my friend? How are you doing this morning? Have I seen you for the new year? I'm not sure if you're someone that um I think it's just me and you right now. Hey Glow. Well, now me, you, and Glow. How are you? I don't think I've seen you for the new year. You know what? Let me Glow, what time did you get off your live yesterday? Hey Blondie. Good morning. You were helping Blondie? You said you're not sure, meaning you're not sure how you feel? By the way, I if that is what you're saying, I do love that answer. All right, finally, I found. Oh no, the new year. Well, what I've been saying, good morning, Black Lotus. How are you this morning? What I have been saying um about the new year thing is that it's called Love Is. No, no, sorry, Little Time. I thought this was plain Love Is. That's so strange. That is very weird. Black Lotus. I was Little Time. That's the song title. Black Lotus. I was only 9 minutes late. But I was late. Yes, you are correct. But I am here now. Y'all, thank you for getting your heart meets. I appreciate you. I was a little bit late. I will do better. It's not because I was actually trying to get some. Sorry, y'all. I keep forgetting to move my mic when I'm gulping my water. I was trying to get some technical stuff fixed. I am not sure that I did get it fixed, but I'll figure that out later. Ah, this this part. I need to figure this out. The first day my stream quality was so good. I'm entitled. Thank you, Black Lotus. All right, y'all. I don't know what's going on over here and why my stream quality is not good on the YT, but I will try to figure that out later. All right, y'all. Um Thanks for the Go Populars, Glow, the Heart Puff, the Love You So Much, the GG, the Lightning Bolt, the Ice Cream Cone, the TikTok, the Mermaids. Thank you for testing all the gifts. All right, let me get back to the boat. We were in the middle of when we had some good chat yesterday, really good chat. And we were in the middle of dropping down we were in the middle of dropping down the this is what I'm looking for. We were in the middle of dropping down the y'all, I'm trying to position us in a there we go. So I'm like centered. There we go. That's actually not bad. We were dropping down the triangles here. So we did the bottom section of the boat. And now this, so that's all this. And now up here, we had identified this triangle here. And I was finishing that. And then another one here and another one across here. So let's finish this triangle. So we found this edge. We know that this is the point. So that's one edge. We know where this edge is going to fall. I just need to figure out how high up that's gonna go. And again, we're not, this is the, hey, Uncle Mike, good morning. How are you? Candy Bites, how are you? Uncle Mike, what are you working on this morning? Oh, Glow. More gifts. Finger heart, friendship necklace. Thank you for all of them. Okay, Nicole. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. All right, so our triangle here. I'm trying to remember the things that I said yesterday. So to get our point where the triangle hits this section of the other triangle, I'm trying not to use what do you call it? I'm trying not to use boat terminology. I'm trying to use the shape terminology to keep us on shape track. So the point here of the edge of this triangle hits the edge of, like, the point of that triangle. Where does it hit on this side of the triangle? So when we looked at it, this edge here and this edge here lined up along a straight line. So that's our edge. Now, this is not a straight line up. So that's an angle. That angle, I am going to just, I'm going to eyeball that one. Again, you could use your ruler. We've been talking about, that's a beautiful way to draw the boat. Oh, Uncle Mike. Well, yeah, I'm really trying to, we had some good suggestions for boats and ships and then vehicles. So cars and such. So we've been doing that with just the shapes. So that's been interesting and approachable for folks. Uncle Mike, you weren't here yesterday. Agony Prime was in here, and sometimes you're drawing while you're here, but sometimes Agony Prime draws what the image that I have here. So he drew the boat in like a cartoonish style with a polar bear captain. Super fun. And y'all, the folks that were here yesterday and knew that Agony Prime was going live with the drawing, if you didn't get to catch his live, he actually posted a video of the drawing. So when you get a chance, Go over to Agony Primes. Jenny Hubbard, thank you for the follow. When you get a chance, go over to Agony Primes page to look at it. It's gorgeous, super fun, and also it's a super fun thing to do, to look at this from this super basic stage and know that this could Agony Prime. Yep, exactly, Uncle Mike. Um, that's his spelling. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if there's an underscore, but if you put Agony Prime in, you'll be able to find him. Um, and I mean, he added um he added some rocks and stuff, or that the boat was run aground, but it's really beautiful and awesome what he created. So it's a nice, like, this basic, and then to go to the next, to see his drawing. I know that I'm a long, hey Therese, good morning. I'm a long way from you all seeing like a more developed image, and that's the point. So, I'm good. But you're gonna watch a little and start like that. You're doing an airplane. That's awesome. Uh, it's like you knew you were doing vehicles before you even came in here. That's awesome, Uncle Mike. So yeah, so we're not getting to a finished product here for a while. So it is super good to see on Agony Prime side what that looks like. So yeah, y'all. Good morning, and we are here. Glow, what were you? Where is Blondie? Wasn't Blondie just in here? Wasn't Blondie in here with us? All right, like I said, I'm eyeballing this angle, and I already see, actually, you know what? Let me not do too much of an eyeball here, because mm, let me do it this way. It's a 75-degree from that side, because I don't want I'm making it too I'm making it oh, I lie. I thought I was making it too wide, but I actually, y'all, I eyeballed it fairly well. I'm doing the 90-degree. Yeah, I mean, it's not precise, but I did a fairly good eyeball there, so I'm going to keep that. You said 10:30, Glow. That's not bad. Hey, Steve, welcome back. Um, Rosemary, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. 10:30 that's good time, Glow. I'm proud of you. I thought you were going to say something like 1 a.m. or 3 a.m. or something wild like that. So I'm glad to hear. I don't know why I kept going over this line so much, because I guess I didn't feel, I got excited when when I figured out that um I could actually make this work. So, well, no, that when I figured out that I actually did the right thing. Hey, pals, good morning. Oh, you're back, Blondie. Lil Joe, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the follow. Glow, thank you for sharing the live, pals. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you for getting your heart me, pals. All right, so now I need to figure out where. So I could do one of two things. I could figure out where this edge falls, or I could figure out what angle this is, like this angle here. I could figure out what angle that is and drop the line here. Or I could figure out where this, a measurement of where this edge falls, and that would be where the other tip would be. Since we've been doing it based on the edges, let me do this one based on where the angle would fall. Oh, pals, thank you very much, my friend. That is a lot of mermaids. That's a lot of mermaids. Thank you, pals. My key to art, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Quinton Glover, thank you for joining us, and thank you for the follow. Um, all right, let me throw this little baby ruler here and figure out an approximate angle calculation here. So yeah, this is what I'm trying to figure out. Again, this is not, I'm using the ruler, but some of the precision is, it's, oh, it's less than 30 degrees here. That's interesting. No, it's 30, because if I do that, I'm going to do it at about 30. So, all right, let's do that. Again, every time we are doing this, I have to remind myself, and also just in general, we talk about it. Use whatever tools you need to make this process easier for you as a beginner. And as you go practicing, Agony Prime always says it. As you practice, you'll build that muscle. We all say it. But also there are a variety of ways to approach this, just like a math problem. Like I said here, I could have figured out where, if I ran a straight line across here, I could have figured out where that joint is, that edge of the triangle, where that would fall. I could have used that to gauge where I would push the line. But instead I used, again, this is our triangle that we're drawing here. I figured out what this angle is so that I can know now this is the angle, that's where it would fall, and I'm just going to throw down that line to achieve it. Hello, Rod. Welcome in. How are you? Q, welcome in. Join us. Rod, look what I have. I had it yesterday, but I was running, maybe it was me more. We all were running our mouths so much that we didn't I didn't even get to start one on the grid. Rod came in at the perfect time. So yeah, another way that you could do this is with grid paper. So just remember, just like a math problem, there are multiple ways to tackle it. If you think of building these objects out through shapes, there are multiple ways to figure out that positioning, the size of the shape, the proximity of each shape to each other. There are multiple approaches. So you just figure out what works for how your brain works, because not every approach is might be the approach that works for you. So just that reminder. Rod on the cosine. All right, let me see what's, y'all. It's still, oh, it says excellent now. All right, so I just need to leave it alone. Wait. You tell your children that all the time. Yes. That's an important lesson. That is an important lesson. Yep. Or the way someone tells them isn't necessarily the only way, right? So that's another reason, y'all, that I always remind you that there are no limitations these days in terms of where you can get your information. just because of how technology has evolved and how much folks are sharing. So for anything that you're learning, and especially like from the art perspective, if there's a concept or a technique that you're trying to learn, try to see if you can get kind of different perspectives, different variations on the education piece of it, so that you can figure out which one works best for you, because the resources are out there. MN Sorta Nice, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Miss H, is that Miss H for real? Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Multiple perspectives, especially. Exactly. I don't know why I said especially. Exactly, Rod. So the folks that are new in the room, my name is LeeAnn. I'm an illustrator and a printmaker, primarily a printmaker. Um, but I started a back to basics drawing from practice for myself some weeks ago, for a multitude of reasons. One of them being that I am trying to come up with some new, fresh ideas for myself with a for a new illustration style I want to do for some work that I want to do this year. So in with that, I started coming on TikTok live, actually to hold myself accountable to doing the practice in a two at least a 2 hour time frame. And because I've started walking folks through the practice, we ended up in this place where collectively the folks in the room are sharing education. Collectively folks in the room are learning or just experiencing this. The night shift dispatcher, welcome in, experiencing the room in different ways. You do not have to be an artist, you do not have to be interested in doing art. If you're just someone that likes to watch process, if you're someone that wants to hang out and listen to the tunes that we're playing in the room, we have lots of on topic and off topic conversation. So feel free to join in any of those as they're moving. The room will, well, it has been picking up as we go along. So I'm assuming, we have a few folks that come in and out. So if you have questions about anything, feel free to drop them in the chat. And while you're here hanging out, feel free to tap the screen to like the live to let TikTok know that you like what's going on in here, and TikTok will push us out to some more folks so we can get some more folks in the room. All right, so I am finishing out my triangle here. I've identified my 3 points, and I'm just going to now, y'all, I have to rotate the paper. I'm trying to, no, what did I decide was my angle? Here, this line. Sometimes to make sure that y'all can see, I tend to not rotate my paper enough. The thing, Rod, did I say something and you're saying the thing to it? I don't know. I don't remember what I said 2 seconds ago, for real. So you, I don't know. So tell me what the thing is, Rod, because I do not remember what I said 2 seconds ago. Hey, Therese, good morning. How are you doing this morning, Therese? So, all right, y'all, I am going to now do this rectangle here. So remember, 1 rectangle, 2 rectangles, 3 rectangles. Remember, this is a basic shapes. Oh, well-rounded understanding of the thing. Okay, because yes, exactly. Multiple perspectives give us a well-rounded understanding. Absolutely, Rod, and also I am a strong believer in giving folks lots of context, and if possible to give them like a bigger picture view or thought process around things, because for the folks that are dots connectors, because some folks I know that's how my brain works. I connect dots across the span, even if it's not something that has is recent. And so when I understand context, when I get information about context and like a bigger picture, things formulate for me. So I share information that way too, as much as possible. I mean, you can't it's not ever going to be a perfect it's never ever going to be perfect, whatever that means. But you get it. Yeah, Rod. Yeah, exactly. So it's like it could be something from 6 months ago, but dots get connected along the way. So, oh, Therese, thank you for the mermaids. Oh, Glow, you sent more mermaids. Where'd it go? Fresh Print, welcome back. How are you? All right, so now we're tackling our triangle that is over here. Now this is a much tinier triangle. Why do I keep saying rectangle? Much tinier triangle over here. So first thing, let's figure out where along this side of this triangle this edge is gonna be. So the last time what I did was threw down the ruler in a fairly straight way, because I'm not using like right angle rulers or anything to, so some of this is not super precise, but based on this, that edge, again, similar to over here, that edge lines up with the far right detail of that section of the boat there. It's a skill. Most people never ever connect dots, just scattered balls in their head. Yeah, Rod, that's true. It's definitely it. Not everyone. Yeah, you're right. Not everyone has it. I will tell you this. I actually used to be a project manager, a tech project manager, and that was a very helpful way that my brain worked for that. That was that that made that made things really not easy but easier for me to manage some of the workload. So this if we I'm trying to make y'all see, but I the way my camera is set. Okay, there we go. I tilted it a little bit. So if I run my pencil here to here in approximately a straight line, and you saw me use a ruler, this edge down here meets this is on the same straight line, right? So I'm gonna go ahead, and I already have a line here, but it it falls. So this is the thing about the shapes, right? It it hits right at this edge, which is not really the center point. So just a little bit over the center point, I'm going to run a straight line, or the closest I can get to a straight line. I'm gonna go ahead and use the ruler. I'm using two. Today I'm alternating with between tools and eyeballing. So again, not some of this is not super precise. There we go. That's straight enough. So the edge, so with that, we've identified where this, let me use the red. We've identified where that side of the triangle is gonna hit. Now, it may not go up this straight line because, y'all, this is not a straight line here. There's an angle here, and I need to figure that out. I need to figure out what that angle is, so that, or I can eyeball this tilt here from the straight line. It's not a super slope. You can see the angle here is very is a very small tilt. This is a steep angle, if we were to say that. Um, this is more than 60, of course, less than 90 because this is the 90-degree. I'm gonna eyeball that one actually. Let's do that. So I'm eyeballing that one. I'm not even going to measure it. But you could measure it, but I'm eyeballing. We're doing a combination. Remember, we're doing a combination of things that could get us to where we need to get to. Angie Reed, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Folks, let's not forget to tap the screen as we're hanging out here. Just keep tapping that screen, and if you keep tapping the screen, it increases the like count, and that gets us pushed out onto the FYP, so a few more people get to join us. And if you have questions, definitely let me know. All right, y'all. So this is this line here. Now, where does this hit? So we have an interesting thing happening here already, which frankly is probably going to be our answer, but I'm going to walk through a couple of the different ways that we could do this. Thank you for using the single sticker glow. Y'all, thank you for the likes. I appreciate you all so much. Again, if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, and as we're, as the room moves, sometimes we get into conversations about different things. So if you have questions, if you feel free to ask them. Don't mind me, y'all. I'm actually just logging in here. I did enter the room, didn't I? All right. Because all questions are, well, ask the questions because frankly, I don't mind answering questions, and if I do mind answering a question, I will let you know. Make it shatter. Good morning. Jason Washburn, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Just Heather, welcome in. Thank you for joining. I'm telling you, my list here is in a strange place. Sharon Doors, welcome in. Thank you for joining. I don't think I said good morning to you. Maximalist, good morning. Hey, Aunt, welcome in. Make it chocolate. Thank you for the mermaids, friend. Ooh, y'all. Coming in here and crushing my life goal. Thank you. Pals, make it chocolate. Glow, Therese. Thank you for helping me out with the live goal. I am doing well this morning. Aunt, how are you doing? Thanks for getting your heart me, Aunt. Thanks for getting your heart me. Make it chocolate. Yeah, I'm going back with these mermaid tails because I think they're cute. They're newer. I only saw them first yesterday. I like them, y'all. So let's keep with the mermaids. They are cute. Yeah. So yesterday was the first day I saw it available as a gift. So maybe yesterday was the first day. All right. So if we're to think about where this line is, a couple different ways. So if we threw down a straight line across here, where does that fall in proximity to a straight line here? So if there was a straight line here, that looks to me to be about 1, 2, 3, 4, a fifth of this full length. So if that looks to be about a fifth of the full length. So if I threw this down, so you could do it that way. You could do it as measuring this angle here, which I'll do so you see it. Thank you for the mermaids again, Glue. A couple different things I'm laughing at, y'all. And so because it's only you're right. And frankly, I think if I hadn't seen the name first, I would have. It does look like now that you said it. I think because I saw that, yeah, perception, y'all. Or perspective, perception, the whole thing. Like I saw the name first. So my brain went to the association of the mermaid tail. But now that you're saying it, Ant, especially from a little slight distance, that's a whale shape. You know, when you if you were to draw like a simple whale shape, that's definitely a whale shape. So yeah, if I hadn't seen the name, I think I might have initially said um said whale too. Maximalist, do you know that yesterday I was doing the boat and now and today again, and this is the first time until you said it. I didn't even think about that. The relationship with the mermaid and the boat. I didn't even think about that. Ah, they are a nice fit inadvertently. It's like TikTok was like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you this new since you're doing a boat, I'm giving it to you." I didn't even think about that, y'all. Not for 1 second. That is so funny. Well, thanks, Maximalist, because now, now I'm going to be like, Maximalist recognized that using the mermaids with the boat is awesome, and it really is. It is a nice fit. All right, y'all. So, like I said, if I was to measure this angle here, we already have this line down. We already have this line. If I'm gonna measure what that angle is, that's another way to get it. I was about to measure the drawing. Yeah, we need to measure the reference. Let me see. My little same. You see that, y'all? This angle is actually, I was saying I would use this, which, let me see. Let me see if I use this here as that's where my original straight line is. If I use this here, it's 35. Yeah, the angle is not is not the same. I was thinking that the angle is more around where this is, but it really isn't. Just had to double check, y'all. So like I said, there are a couple different ways we could have done this. We could have done the measurement here, which frankly, if I had thought about it. Now there's pressures to match the live goal with the task at hand. No, actually, Maximalist, I won't think of it as pressure. Oh, make it shatter. Thank you for more mermaids and for the Go Populous. Thank you. Hey, Grace. Good morning. Heck yes. Welcome in. Good morning to you. I love that idea, Maximalist. So I actually am going to think about that. But I won't feel pressure. But I like that. I didn't even. So we're doing vehicles. So if y'all can think of gifts that match vehicles, remind me because I'm trying to think, is there any kind of um car one? Is there any kind of car gift that I could use for the car? Let me see. Let me make sure I didn't miss anyone. Grace, thank you for getting your heart me. Lee, thank you for the follow and welcome in. Thanks for the Go Popular, Grace. Grace, let me tell you something. I gotta tell Q, thank you for the follow. I know that I know that a lot of folks are not like the biggest fan of the contexto, but I feel contexto is my favorite, Grace. So when it's going while you're setting stuff up, I love that. Grace, I'm just saying. I know not everybody loves the contexto, but I really like it. So when it's going while you're like setting up certain things, that's my favorite. I love it all. Yeah, Grace has I don't know why I'm whispering, like that makes a difference. You know, dramatic effect. Grace does an awesome word game live in the night. Um Yeah, I noticed. I mean, I love all of them. I think all of them are fun in their own way. But I kind of like the context though a lot. But yeah, Grace has an awesome live where it's word games like for hours. I don't know how you do it, Grace, but it's a fun room and oh, you too make it shatter. Have a magical day, friend. Thank you. It's a fun room. And so if you all are, even if you don't think you might be into like the word game thing, um, drop into Grace's live if you can, because also she does a brilliant job of managing the whole like cycle of how things are going. Oh, and Glow. You know how we were talking about yeah, we were talking about Tickfinity in Glow was doing some practice with Tickfinity. Grace also has an uses Tickfinity really nicely too in an interesting way that considering there's a lot of action happening in Grace's room considering what it is like the game stuff and it's still like a cool chill vibe. So it's a fun room to be in. So folks feel free to drop into Grace's room for word games. I'm just saying it's fun. So you might stick around for a while. Thanks for the mermaids, Grace. Oh, Maximalist. Oh, all right, forget it. Yeah, because I'm not like I'm good. If there were 1 coin gifts or like even 5 like or 10 coin, I wouldn't mind. But yeah, all right, Maximalist. I guess we won't be able to match this one this time, but we'll think about it every other time. Is it Lottie or Lot? Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Ooh, content. Make it Chatter is creating content. I gotta head over to make it. There's a 10 coin journey pass gift. So that's, yeah. Actually, Maximalist, that could be our compromise, right? It's applicable. Certainly more applicable than anything else. Thanks, Grace. All right, that's the one we'll do. That's the one we'll do to match the cars. Journey. Cars take us on journeys. We like Thank you, Grace. Oh, yeah, and it has a car in the image because, okay, there we go. Thank you, Grace. See, y'all, when we talk about the things, we get the answers. And for the folks that are newer in the room, this is what I mean when we say sometimes we're not always talking about the art, but it's still a good conversation. All right, y'all. So that's our other rectangle here. I mean, not rectangle, y'all. I keep calling these triangles rectangles. Triangle here. And then our third triangle is gonna be across here. So remember, what we're doing is identifying the most basic shapes. This is the whole, whatever this part of the boat is called. Steve, are you here? Steve left. Steve helped me yesterday to identify the boat, like the boat terminology for the bow at the front and the stern at the back. But this is like an octagon shape, which is also why, y'all, if you're able to, I was saying it earlier, Agony Prime was here yesterday with us, and Agony Prime actually drew the boat in, like, so there's a full out illustration of the boat. So if y'all want to, if you get a chance, head over to Agony Prime. He did it on live, like he finished up on live because he was drawing it while he was in the room with us. He finished up some of the details while he was live. So if you didn't get a chance to catch his live, he actually posted a video of the illustration. So you get to see, you know how Be Easy volunteered the polar bear and all that. Polar bear is there as the captain. It's a really cool illustration, and it a cartoonish version of what we see here. So it's pretty cool. So if you get a chance, it's a nice contrast from seeing what this basic thing could lead to. You know, one of the options for style wise, what this basic laydown of an initial sketch could lead to. All right, y'all. So we're just identifying the basic shape here. I'm not addressing the octagon. Those details we would address at another phase of like the practice because we haven't learned that particular skill yet, if that makes sense. Or we're not going to that level of detail. We're just really identifying the big, bold shapes that show up. So I'm just going to throw down a line to meet each point because that's the other side of our triangle. All right, y'all. We're getting somewhere. So now look. Let me see if I can get them both on the screen. I'm looking. I have the view. There we go. I think that's better. I'm trying to center it because what I see up here is much wider than what you see. So I'm trying to center it. You know, y'all, I gotta tell you, this is so strange to me. I've had 68 views over here, but no one is chatting. Y'all, please. Don't mind me. I'm trying to do some things over here. Hey, Jewelry with me. Good morning. How are you this morning? Oh, cute. That sounds lovely. Oh, cute. I like that. Hey, Artistic Avenue, good morning. Artful Ali, thank you for the follow and welcome in. Q, I appreciate that. I like that. Feel free to hang out and at any time. I'm here every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. I go for about 2 hours, at least 2 hours, sometimes a little bit more. So if this feels good to you and you want to come hang out and practice the piano, feel free to join us. Hey, Artistic Avenue, good morning. We are doing well, friend. How are you doing this morning? No problem, Q. I am actually I'm quite happy that you shared that because I love to know what folks are doing, and I feel like that's a beautiful addition to what's happening in here. Thank you for the good populars, Julie, with me, my friend. I appreciate you. Making sure. Awesome, Artistic Avenue. Glad to hear it, friend. Thank you for sharing the live. All right. What's my next? I told y'all I prepared my shapes so that I don't have to do too much processing while we're in the live. So y'all, interestingly, when I assessed this, I had broken down this shape into a lot of different I actually had broken down this shape into it's 4 different triangles. But y'all, because I was trying to address this curve here with the triangles, but if ooh, Artistic Avenue, thank you for that's a lot of shares, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you for the Go Populars. Midwest Girl, welcome in and thank you for the follow. I'm just trying to make sure, y'all know when I do this, it means I'm trying to read. Or if I make a face, it's because I'm trying to read. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anyone and saying hello. So, for the most part, everyone is. So, yeah, let me tell you. What I did was not a beginner assessment of the shape. So right now, as I am here, you know what shape I'm using? I am using a trapezoid because remember, we're doing basic flat shapes. I'm not addressing this curve right now. So this is a trapezoid for me. So now we have the base of our trapezoid here already. Oh, Artistic Avenue, thank you very much. I appreciate the appreciation and I appreciate you. Let's turn that round in a circle. Thank you for the mermaids and the Go Populars. Y'all, I really do appreciate you all hanging in here with me. The likes, the shares, gifting, anything that you're able to do is appreciated by me. The thing that the as you are in here in this room, I'll tell you what the most important thing is in terms of supporting me in my live stream is the taps, the liking of the live, and your engagement. The things that all of you are doing, because that I don't know why I took the mic one away from me, because that is the thing that TikTok uses to push the live out in terms of gauging how well the room is doing. That's the thing that TikTok uses to push the live out to more folks so more folks can join us. So feel free to, while you're hanging out with us and while you're able to, Tap the screen while you're here. Again, we love a conversation in this room. And sometimes, I mean, sometimes we're not like talking the whole time. Like we've been pretty mellow today, actually. Um, Considering sometimes, but sometimes we really get into lots of different conversations because questions are a thing. Good morning, Alamo's Art. How are you? Did I say good morning already? I read your morning sunshine and thought to myself, good morning, but I don't know if I said it out loud. Thank you for getting your heart me and your mermaids. So y'all, again, all of it is appreciated, but do not feel any obligation to the gifting part of it. The taps and the interaction is very important to the room energy and also to the getting pushed out. Estella, good morning, friend. How are you? Thank you for the finger hearts and the mermaids. So appreciate you. And again, if you're drawing, if you're doing other things. Q just mentioned that they're practicing the piano while you're in the room. I don't expect you to be doing all that at every single moment. But when you get a chance as you're here with us, if you can, please tap the screen and drop some comments. And again, ask questions. We love questions in here. We really do. Even if it's not an art related question. If I do not feel comfortable with the question and or kind of the direction it's going, best believe I will say something. So don't feel don't feel like you know. And again, another thing is the idea around this room is this is a comfortable space for the beginner, for somebody that's just starting or someone that hasn't started. So don't feel like any question is not a good question. Ask it. If you feel like it's too basic, ask it anyway, because guarantee we'll have a great conversation around it and you'll get multiple perspectives. By under. Welcome in and thank you for the follow. True. I didn't how did I say good morning to you? I feel like I didn't process that. I saw you. Good morning, True. How are you, my friend? I'm glad to see you here. Feral Mom, good morning. Y'all, if I talk for maybe I need to talk more. You know what no, I'm only joking. I was about to say I realized that TikTok is pushing folks into the room when I talk. So I miss when they come in to say hello. No, I'm only teasing. You don't need to hear. I'm not gonna yap the whole time. Not right now. We don't have a topic we're discussing. Have a day dedicated to talking to us. Free Fridays. Oh, Feral Mom. Oh, please, you're good. You got slammed at work. Ouch. That's tough. Well, we're glad to see you here today. And I hope today's a less slammed day for you the whole day. I keep forgetting to take my mic away when I'm gulping my water, y'all. Sorry. Oh, thank you for the mermaids, Feral Mom. Y'all. Oh, y'all. Okay, so the newer folks in the room, this is not related to the drawing. um, Maximalist mentioned this a little bit earlier, and let me tell you, the mornings are for creating, the evenings are for chatting. Oh, Estella, yes. Well, I mean, we end up chatting anyway, no matter what. But Artistic Avenue, actually, Estella, I think Estella had the thought that I typed in the chat kind of what I was thinking as a response to what you're saying. The nighttime lives, I think, end up being a lot more chatty. Actually, the Thursday night live, oh, y'all, now that we're here, Well, Blondie, that's what I was about to say. A reminder to everyone. Thanks for Unhinged and Farrell, welcome back. Thank you for sharing the live. Um, I will not be here. I'm not doing any. No, that was perfect, Blondie. I'm not doing any night lives in January. But my typical live schedule for nights is Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8 p.m. Thursday night lives are completely talking lives because we discussed SLA, yeah. That but this was important because actually that worked because I had seen Artistic Avenues question and I meant to answer it and then I got distracted and I started talking about what Maximalist said and I didn't respond. So I will go back to what Maximalist said. That's fun. So Thursday night lives are primarily dedicated to conversations around supporting artists. So we talk about various things. The last Thursday night live we had was the first of the year. So I'm talking and y'all, let me put the mic side closer to my mouth. So last Thursday's live was we talked about our 2026 intentions. We were supposed to have a little dance party, but the intentions conversation was so good. We were there for 3 hours, talking about different folks' intentions, and we were able to share as a community. It was really awesome. I loved it, and I think other folks loved it as well. Anyway, the point is Thursday nights Artistic Avenue, the answer is Thursday nights are a strictly talking live. Usually the conversation is around some topic related to supporting creatives, artists and creatives. Um the the other thing is though I am not doing lives in the nighttime in January. I'm working on some things behind the scenes to create some structure for myself around this whole not just TikTok, like my content. And For those of you that have been here with me for a little while, you know that last year there was a lot of transition happening for me. From what my like shutting down a part of my business, and I'm going to work on revamping other things. So in light of that, I'm spending January working on quite a bit of stuff. So good stuff to come in February, but no night lives in January. Um, so yes, that's that answer. Pals, you're back, my friend. Hello. Y'all, I hope I'm not. I think I have everyone. Unless someone joined that's in incognito mode, I didn't see you. If I haven't said good morning to you or hello to you or something of the sort, or if I haven't answered something that you might have dropped in the chat, please drop it in the chat again and or just drop an emoji so I can say hi. Okay, so maximalist. Is maximalist? Yep, you're still here, Emma. So, maximalist pointed out that the mermaid gift goal was was really like it a good fit for the boats, y'all. Y'all. I mean, listen. I'm not saying that anyone else didn't think about it because I'm pretty sure y'all made that connection, but I sure didn't. So when Maximalist said it, I was like, oh my goodness. So then guess what, y'all? We're going to try to match whatever is being drawn here, whatever we're doing. We're going to play a little game with it. Match the gift goal to the thing that's being drawn. Now, I'm of course as usual being mindful of um you are impartial Marshall. Thank you for the follow. Um So it's gonna be a little bit of a game for me. Now we already, because we're doing vehicles, y'all. So after the boat, we're gonna go back to doing another car. We already did our little digging to try to figure out car ones, but unfortunately, the ones that are specifically cars, the gifts that are specifically cars are pricey. That's not our vibe here. So we found another one. It's like a journey pass. So it's very related. So that will be fun, right? I mean, I hope someone agrees with me because I'm sure excited about it. It adds a little element of um I shouldn't say it adds an element. It adds an additional element of fun to the room. Um and going to try not to overthink it. And try to like match what I pick to something. I'm not doing any of that. Whatever works works. If it works sometimes, great. If it doesn't work, oh well. Um let me see. All right, y'all. I'll go back to the drawing. Y'all are like, LeeAnn, we're tired of you. No, I'm only teasing. I'm only teasing y'all. I don't really feel like that. Okay, so remember I said I'm doing a just an artist. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Y'all, I'm gonna do a trapezoid here. So now I just have to figure out um I'm going to eyeball these angles. The side of the trapezoid here and the side of the trapezoid here. The thing that I need to figure out is I'm probably gonna eyeball that too, where the top section of the trapezoid is gonna sit. So now this is going to be a higher, if we're just looking at a vertical plane. Oh wow. Wait, am I missing folks? Glow, you're right, actually. Let's see. There are folks in here that potential. Oh, Dead Dolls, welcome in. Gone Country, welcome in. Huh. Rocky and Dishavan, they don't come in every day, Artistic Avenue. Rocky comes in. Dishavan comes in every now and again, and Rocky comes in every couple of days. It depends on what she's doing because Rocky also goes live. Um, which y'all, whenever you can, check out Rocky's live. You, Artistic Avenue, you said you love how I know that. I will tell you this, Artistic Avenue. I try to Dead Dolls. Thank you for the finger hearts. Dead Dolls. Let me just tell you something. Don't think I didn't notice that you're switching up a little bit. You know, we're not. 2026 is not a strictly Rosa year. You you said you're trying to get a little bit more excitement in there. You take the dog. You take the doggies potty when you wake up, and then you come here. So see, Artistic Avenue. That is something that I'm always gonna try to remember. That's something I'm always going to try to remember. I don't always remember everything, and I very rarely remember the exact, like, oh, that happened yesterday or that happened 3 days ago. So folks, help me out because they know sometimes my memory is a little bit all over the place. But now that you said it, I'm gonna try to remember that. Thanks. Oh, that doll, you're really like, all right, let me throw out all these different ones. Oh, you're 2 hours behind. So Artistic Avenue, 2 hours is what? Is that mountain? Central is 1 hour. Pacific is 3 hours. Mountain. There we go. Because Dead Dolls, that's your that's your difference too, right? I think that's your yes. See? Artistic Avenue. I do try to remember. I don't always remember specifics. Especially folks don't like come back into the room the next time till Washington. Yeah. Yeah. Then you'll be Pacific, right? Y'all, I'm no good with this stuff, but y'all help me to remember because of the this is the most variation in time zones that I have ever had to manage. Um, because even was when I worked remotely, my company was based in New York. Some 95% of the folks were in New York. So I didn't have to figure out time zones for folks. So this is good training for my time zone stuff, I guess. Oh, thank you, Artistic Avenue, for the TikToks and for the Go Populars. You said you got it wrong in front of your new boss yesterday. How? I mean, I know we're only a couple days in, but how's that going, Dead Dolls? I mean, it's far too early for definitive stuff, I know, but in general, how's that going? Yeah, I'm just eyeballing here. Actually, that's a little bit higher. And then the angle here is more like this. So yeah. You said he phrases things oddly, so you'll have to get used to that. Do you think that has to do with like I don't know if that's like originally where he might be from, the PA thing, or is that just him? Okay. Ben's Fields, thank you for the fists every morning. I don't know if you're still here. Appreciate you. I need a new live goal. Okay, my friend. Let me see. Let me see. Uh not much so far. Yeah, that does. It's still a couple, only a couple days in, right? It's like you can't really make this specific determine any conclusionary statements um at this early in the game. Artistic Avenue said, us and Blondie have inspired you to be artistic today. Awesome. Blondie, I didn't forget about you. I'm actually gonna message you today. First, I have a question for you before I do what I said I would do. Okay, my friend Blondie. I haven't had any. Oh, you haven't had any motivation. I'm glad that you're inspired to do some artistic stuff today because of us. I appreciate that. Yeah, Dead Dolls. You'll have to get used to that. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, friend. Those changes and transitions, man. Y'all, my stomach is growling, and don't tell me that I should have eaten before I I came onto the live because y'all, I used to do, this is how we get on tangents too, because then I just start running my mouth about stuff. I used to do intermittent fasting. I don't know, what's the number? 16, is it 16:8? Damn it, Glow. You are so funny because you saw that I totally forgot. Y'all know I get distracted. Let me just do the goal. We are sticking with the mermaids because I don't think there's any other like water thing that is appropriate for us in here. Let me see. Y'all, I'm co-streaming on the YT. I'm not even looking at the chat over there. So if something's going on, oops. Oops. Let's just go with the mermaids. I don't know. I like them. Oh, true. You said you love fasting. I actually, so y'all, again, we're going off on a tangent. One of my friends is oh no, I almost set it at roses, y'all. Big, I almost made a mistake. We don't do no regular old stinking roses in here. We do mermaid one coin. It's not roses one coin. Y'all, I'm only joking. I really am only joking. I'm trying to be funny. Anything works. There are no rules here. No expectations of anything. I don't want folks outside the room to think I don't mermaids is only fun for us because we're doing the boats. We don't mind whatever happens. I'm like, wait, I'm only joking, y'all. The folks in the room know I'm joking. Y'all that are hanging out outside my room, come on in, friends. Come on in. Come on in. There are still, let me see. Yeah, I'm playing the game where I'm trying to find out. You're grabbing coffee. All right, dead dolls. I'm surprised you lasted this long without grabbing your coffee. Agony Prime, I don't have a new one yet. You should know that this is gonna I didn't work on it after the live yesterday, so there's no new photo yet. I sent folks to go look at your post. Because anybody that missed the live, y'all, this is the infamous Agony Prime. Oh, Uncle Mike, you know what I just realized? When I told you, I said that was a spelling, but I didn't remember to say that there's no space in between. But I hope that you found Agony Prime anyway. Uncle Mike, I mean, Agony Prime, though, I can show you the next one. So when I get done with this, I can show you the next one. This is the next one. Y'all also might be interested in the next one. I do think I'll be able to touch the next one though, because I do believe we'll be able to touch the next one because we still have 40 minutes left. And, I'm going to just double check, but for the most part, basic shapes are done here. So this is really this is your basic shape layout. And then if you go look at Agony Prime's illustration, you'll see a cartoon version of like a full illustration of this. Really, again, along the lines of what we talk about in here every day, you'll push things the way that feels good to you. and your representation of it can be what feels good to you. If you love realistic, that's your jam. If you love whatever style, if you love to exaggerate certain things, that's your jam, it works. But just from as you are starting this process for yourself, or refreshing, or reinvigorating something, approaching it from a basic shapes perspective helps, like the entry, the entry point into the build up of what the end goal looks like. um oh, I'm like, wait, I reset the goal. Dead dolls, thank you for the mermaids. And the next thing I said I was gonna do is, y'all, too many things on the brain is what causes the, y'all, look what we're doing next. I wish I could, you know what, I'm gonna take a screenshot of it and then show y'all the screenshot, because then I can manipulate it, show it. But it is a Pinterest pin, y'all. I gotta make sure I say that. No, I don't. I want it to be, y'all. I'm just cropping it so that I can potentially zoom into it. So then you all can see a better. This is it, y'all. Look. This is what we're doing next. The anatomy is the start. Yes. This is what I'm covering that. This is what we're doing next, y'all. That's a nice silhouette, right? I like that. This is what we're doing next. FYI. All right, now now let me go back to the boat and figure out if I need to lay any other like shapes down. Oh, y'all, you know what I'm excited about? Hey, Coach Jen, welcome in and thank you for getting your heart me. You need me to show it again so you can take a screenshot? Agony Prime, thank you for the heart me. Coach Jen, how are you feeling, friend? It sure is Artistic Avenue. Ooh, better. And today will be your first day back. I know you've been taking care of yourself, but just a reminder from me to take it easy, my friend, because this thing took you out. Wow. So I'm really glad you're feeling better enough to get back. But also, I definitely just take it easy today. Yeah, friend. And if I think about the timeline, it was a long time. Yeah. China. Thank you for the heart me, friend, and for the Go Populars. Friend, you just leveled up. Level up. That's your level up. How are you doing, my friend? I feel like, listen to me. I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time. I said that to Nika Grace yesterday. Nika Grace was like, I was there yesterday, LeeAnn. I mean, you know what I mean. How are you, China? I haven't asked you how you are in a long time. Let's put it that way. Oh, much love to you also, my friend. Tegan, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Y'all, I'm scrolling through to see if I'm missing anyone. It's been a wild week already. You know, last January, a lot of folks were the sentiment was that January felt like it was like 6 months, not 1 month. It was just so many things happened for folks, I guess good or bad in January of last year. Let me find out. This January is turning out to be like the 1 week is gonna feel like a month in January. Well, China, I hope that things have gotten a little less wild. What day is today? Today is Wednesday, right? Yeah. My phone screen is dirty, y'all. Like, I don't know what's on it. I'm cleaning the phone screen, y'all, so that I think it was giving us a glare. Y'all, I'm gonna check over on the YT. Ooh. Glow! Oh, glow. You said there's a massive delay? Thank you, Glow. You could have given me a heads up, Glow. I know that. I see. Um, Glow. Is You said there's a delay. I see it. But is the stream a good quality at least? There is a massive delay. Of course they left. All right, let me bring it up so that I can at least chat with the folks. Can I pop the chat? Pop it out. And then this way. I popped it out, but I don't mind the delay. I just want to make sure that stream quality is okay. It says excellent on my part. Sorry, y'all. I am one of the things I'm trying to do. It's good on your end. Even the sound is good. Thanks, Agony Prime. I actually, y'all, what I'm, yeah, Glow. I think it's been going back and forth. That's why I'm kind of not gonna worry about the video quality over there. Y'all, I'm go streaming on the YT with OBS. So the first day I did it, it was really good. But today it's been it's been doing some weird stuff. So um that's one of the things I'm trying to work on this year is getting my YT pushed forward because I haven't focused on it much. How many do you need, China? Did it show up on the screen? Feral Mom, thank you for the sour, buddy. Is that a drink? What? TikTok is like... Is it something that showed up on the screen, though? You need 50. Oh, you saw it? Why does TikTok Live Studio do this to me? Sometimes it shows it to me. I will look at the replay because I want to see. Did it stick the drink straw in my mouth? Thanks, Feral Mom. I'm like, did it? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the sour buddy. You said it was a great pick. I will look at the replay because I want to see it. um all right, y'all. You know, I'm gonna go back and not be distracted. All right, so I think let me bring the book. I was cleaning the phone screen is what I was doing, and I didn't do a good job of that. I need like alcohol, but it's not accessible. I'm not putting y'all on pause to go. I it China, they you know what's been happening is it's not super consistent, but sometimes they show up here, sometimes they actually show up in the chat screen um for me. So sometimes I see them. I would say probably the interactive ones. If I get 4 interactive ones, I see maybe one out of 4. I probably see 1 out of 4. I was about to say 1 out of 5, but I actually do see them fairly often. So a quarter of the time, 25% of the time I see them. Yeah, I might even venture to say I see them like 50% of the time. So what happens is I don't hear on the screen in front of me. I see them 25% of the time, and then the other 25% it shows up in the chat box, which is kind of strange, but like the actual interaction is happening in the chat screen. So I know, but it's one of the trade-offs of using TikTok Live Studio. But being able to have the dual view is important to me for this. So it's I yell at TikTok every time I don't see it, but it I'm not really that upset about it. It's fun and I can look back. The thing that I like is that you all can see it and then I could look back if I wanted to. Like this one, I'm curious to see what it does. So I will look back. Um, but anyway, we digress, right? Queen of Black Hearts, welcome. How are you doing this morning? Welcome back. Yeah, I'm just checking to make sure that I said hi to. Now I don't know if I trust my list over here anymore. Because Glow, when you said, "Oh, I'm glad to hear that you're doing good, Queen of Black Hearts." Y'all, I think we can start the new one now. Because from a again basic shapes perspective, I've thrown down as many shapes as I'd like to throw down. I'll do this part on the next step. I'm not gonna I'm not touching these windows on this first run of first step. So what I am happy about is I don't know if the folks that were here. Oh, thank you, my friend. I'm glad about this thing. I was thinking that maybe I didn't bring that original shape that I threw down, the original triangle I threw down. I was thinking I hadn't brought it further enough down from the base of the car, or from the base of these shapes. What car? Um, to be able to extend that pole thing, whatever the appropriate terminology is in boat speak. This thing here, um, enough, but I have enough space. So anyway, we're moving on to the other car. The antenna. Thank you, Agony Prime. So I have enough space for the antenna to go up. All right, I did say the next one I'm going to use the grid. So this should be interesting, y'all. The grid. Like I said, I said that I was gonna look for my other pad of grid paper because it had smaller grid lines, but I didn't even look. And now I almost got distracted with looking over here again because I still didn't find the light box. I just used it. That's the thing that's like driving me crazy. Back on track. All right, y'all. So next what did I say? We're starting the car and I am going to use, let's see if this works better. So maybe what I will do is start, this is a reference image from Pinterest, y'all. So let me see if I can even identify where the reference specifically comes from. Like the pin is, Pinterest is tricky because lots of folks um re lots of folks repin other people's things, and so the original pinner is not always easy to identify. So this looks like it was originally pinned by Supercharged Cars, and they seem to have, I don't know where they got this. I didn't click on the pin to see what the external place is, but this is a Volvo P1800 GT. So repin, yeah, respond and AI modified. You think this is AI modified? Repinned and AI modified. You think, oh no, Agony Prime, you're saying a lot of them are repinned and AI modified. You're right. Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. I realize what you are saying. Totally agree. Yes, that is so true. And I think we had talked about it a little bit on another day. And y'all, you know how this works. I am gonna go off on a little bit of it's not a tangent, but I will chat about that a little bit because we talked about this in a couple different ways a few different days. Someone had asked, I do not remember who asked, about using a artistic avenue. Was that you? Because I feel like you always ask a question that unapologetically, 804, welcome in. Steve, welcome back. Um, I feel like, yeah, you're like, I can't tell you if I asked it. I think I've asked about using like AI to generate reference photos for drawing. If it wasn't you, someone else asked, and it was a good question because we had a little bit of a conversation about it. Um, and one of the things that got discussed a lot, which is one of the challenges that I find, and like Agony Prime is saying, with Pinterest used to be this place that lots of folks would go to for, like, especially for practice reference photos. Um, but the challenge now is that a lot of the photos are AI modified and or AI generated in or AI modified. No, I know you asked about the tracing was cheating, but this actually this might have been before. No, I didn't get the sense that the person actually used AI. Oh, you said you don't trust AI. A lot of folks, um, I didn't get the sense that the person was using it. I think that the person was thinking of potentially generating just from a reference photo perspective. Anyway, the point is what we discussed in terms of some of what would need to be thought about if you went down that road is that a lot of AI generated images are not always accurate in terms of perfect example, like anatomy. um so if you are using the and I believe it was so that really reminded us of the fact is also, hey TG, happy Wednesday. Thank you for dropping in to say hi, friend. How are you today? Um, that using AI reference photos could put you in a spot where then your end result gets compromised because the original photo um wouldn't be like, if a person was involved or something in the photo, it wouldn't be anatomically correct, or you know what I'm saying. So you get the point. So then this idea of Pinterest having so many AI generated images, and I have seen some, like, no, like a alert on the image, some images that say AI. I don't remember the language they use, but you can tell it there's some language around AI either modifying or otherwise. But I do not know if when you're pinning, if it asks you that question, because I know a lot of, oh, you can turn it off. So none of your search results will have the photo, any image that has that kind of tag on it. TG, that's good to know. Um, the thing that I am curious about, and I haven't pinned on Pinterest in a long time, so I wonder if they're relying on the people doing the pinning. I'm gonna turn it off, TG, for sure. Thank you for that. I wonder if the folks that are doing the pinning have to like check a box to say, just like on TikTok, where you're on TikTok and you're having to what do you call it? You have to say, I think you have to check something that says, same thing on the YT, I think, where you have to check the box or whatever it is, indicate that some part of the image or the video or something was AI generated. I'm wondering if they're also if Pinterest is also relying on the pinners to indicate that, which means that lots of those images would get wouldn't get that checkbox for a multitude of reasons. Some folks are not going to declare it. Some folks are not going to declare it. Some folks don't even know that the image that they might be pinning was AI generated to begin with. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like this interesting cycle of weirdness, which is why it's like, just be mindful of of all of it, frankly. You got flagged as using it last night on TT and didn't know where in your edits you used it. Oh, that's interesting. Hmm. It says if you even alter your voice. So you have to, like, they don't, TikTok, like, TikTok is interesting that way, because if you had indicated it, they wouldn't have a problem with it. It's you not indicating it, I think, that they flag you for. But like you said, TG, you don't even know um what you did. Oh, like Agony Prime is saying, if you're using their voiceover, you can do the voiceover with the alternate voice. Hey Jason. Sorry, I didn't see you come in. Hello, Jason. Welcome in. You don't you are an abstract painter. Oh, nice, Jason. Therapeutic painter. Well, I'm reading your bio, Jason. Clearly. Um, nice. So you don't have to deal with these pesky reference photos. Oh, here Agony Prime goes with the philosophical words. Agony Prime's a poet, y'all. No. The absolute freedom of the abstract artist, bound by chaos with the hint of order on the horizon. I love it. I told you. Sometimes I actually need to go back to a couple of your comments on my videos because sometimes I'm like, oh man, Agony Prime leaves awesome comments, y'all. Don't get me wrong, but someday, sometimes you're in you which is not, this is also not another thing that's good, but sometimes you're in so much of like a auto scroll that even I'm going through my activity and some of the comments, it's not just Agony Prime, like any comment that some comments require you be um to be present and intentional in your response, which I love. You all know that I want those types of comments because I think it's important for us to be able to try to engage in some conversation in the comments too, for a lot of reasons. But sometimes I am in a little bit of a mindless scroll, and so I try not to respond to those comments during that time because I don't think it's fair to always just throw some kind of like, what do you call it, like just some kind of emoji. So just like a good short book, it needs to be readdressed. Even sports has replays. Yes. So, but the thing that I need to remember to do, Agony Prime, is to actually go back. So now that you've put your beautiful prose down, it reminds me that I need to go back to your other beautiful prose. um oh, Jason, it is right. Well, I think it, I like it. I like I like thing. Glow, you can go. You don't have to hang around here. Let me see, how much longer do I have, y'all? 12 more minutes we're gonna be on. Um you can go, you can sit over there. Um oh, TG, what I was saying is so many things after, but you think it was a transition effect. I'm seeing what you're saying. Only thing you could figure. TG, just an FYI, apparently, I mean, certainly don't take this as the word because I am definitely not sure about it. But I know what I typically do, and I've seen folks recommend it. And the reason I do it is I figure it makes, whether it actually has the impact or not. They say that TikTok doesn't like when you delete videos. So even if you get flagged, what I tend to do is just make the video private. So then it's not posted on the feed anymore. So but it's still posted. Somehow lots of folks say that TikTok doesn't like when you delete videos. I don't know how true that is. But I also decide to go the route of, instead of deleting, I make it private because it's not something that is, whether it works or whether it's true or not that TikTok doesn't like when you delete videos. I figure it's something I can do that doesn't cause any harm to me or anyone else. So I just put it just in case it actually does matter to TikTok. Um, you still can't believe it's a Volvo. So it's so funny. It's not funny. It's true. I agree with you, Agony Prime. Um, but also the pin, the comment of the pin says, "This might be the first cool AF Volvo I've ever seen." So someone also was like, they can't believe. Oh, Jason. Yeah, I think close. I'm not, like, I love the silhouette of cars, but I wouldn't say I'm a car person. Um, as an artist on here, if I'm in the middle of something and boxes are not on, I am like, would someone please come in to just read comments? Oh, Jason, you go live? Oh, Jason. Ah, when do you go live, Jason? Tell us. We like to go in each other's rooms. All right, Agony Prime. In 9 minutes, I'll be gone. So if you don't get back by then, no, I'm only teasing. I mean, I will I don't know. You know, I always say I'll be gone and then I'm not gone. So 2 to 3 times a day? Jason. Yes, thank you, Agony Prime. I'll see you in the streets, in the TT streets. Now, Jason, we got to talk about this. You know what? You're waiting on oil to dry. So, do you have like a specific schedule, Jason, or just you just go when it works within the schedule for the day? That is, yeah, okay. All right, that's kind of cool. 2 to 3 times. So now you are mentioning the challenge for you is you're working like you're even if you were on screen, your head is down, or you know what I'm saying. You're not focused on the chat because you spend a lot of time. You're working. You're trying to produce work. So you're not spending a lot of time in the chat. And if you don't have someone up in your boxes to say to read the thing out, you know what we were talking about yesterday? Use an easel. We were Glow that just left here is an artist too, and we are part of a live agency, but in the agency we were talking about Tickfinity. A lot of folks are using Tickfinity to help with that, like as an automatic moderator. You can, I mean, it does cost money. It's not free. But I've seen artists use it, Jason, in different ways. I cannot, I have never even downloaded it. I do know that they now have it for phone and desktop. I before apparently. Oh, you do have moderators. Okay. Oh, if you have multiple moderators, maybe you need to add a couple more, because you'll just need to add a couple more, because what your challenge is, maybe one of the times you might go live and maybe one of your moderators is not available. I hear you. That's pretty cool though, you go that frequently, Jason. Um so I definitely am interested in checking out we have some painters um in here some days. So if you come back at any point, um, you probably might meet some other painter folks. I don't really. I mean, I'm not like I definitely don't. I will never consider. I would never consider myself a painter. I paint sometimes? Sure, definitely not oil. Oh, that's interesting, Jason. Does that have to do with the size, or that does that have to do with your inspiration, or like that's you I think you answered it there. I was curious because like you said, it's abstract, that painting that you do. So it's not like you're trying to replicate something from you're not trying to replicate from a reference. That's the therapeutic painting of it. Um, so Jason, I wonder if you would be interested in one of the members of our community here. Since you mentioned the therapeutic aspect, one of the members of our community here, her handle is Draw Your Change. and she her her work is neuro, well, not her artwork, her methodology, her process is neurographica, and there is an 8-step process. And Estella, you're in here, so if I'm not gonna go into detail because I definitely will mischaracterize it. But if I'm saying anything that already that mischaracterizes it, correct me because you know much more about it than I do. Even though Draw Your Change was here on Thursday, giving us quite a bit of detail. Anyway, that might be something you would be interested in, Draw Your in Jason. So if you come in and you see Draw Your Change, or you might want to find her page, you might actually be interested in some of the things she's doing, since you mentioned the therapeutic aspect of it. No mistakes, Jason. That sounds awesome. Yeah, and that is actually an awesome thing. You started in watercolor, y'all. You see how am I avoiding starting this beautiful car? Is that what I'm doing? I don't think I am. I think I just love to talk. I think I just love to run my mouth, and any opportunity to do so, I take. All right, so y'all. So again, we're if I'm looking at a basic shape, first things first, we have a nice old rectangle here. Remember, we're not addressing where I'm gonna just throw down the most super basic of shapes here, and then the next phase of the refinement, I'll go in and figure out curves and maybe where some of the shapes cut off. So, hmm. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do a rectangle here and then 2 triangles. That's actually similar to how I didn't even see a comment, Alamo. It's like you were in my head knowing that this is a blank piece of paper and anybody looking in this room would be like, what is happening? It's like, girl, what you doing? You supposed to be drawing this car. What's happening? Let me put something there. So similar to this, where I threw down just a large rectangle first. Well, a long rectangle. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing here. You said, Jason, you said I can help you become a better artist. You think so? Jason, tell me why you think so. I'm gonna talk and draw, y'all. Okay? I'm gonna talk and draw. Thank you for the mermaids, Estella. You know so. Well, Jason, we are here every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, to I stay at least 2 hours and sometimes longer, which, oh, well, Jason, this is the place for you because we don't do intimidation here. We do basic, basic, basic. And what I'm trying to do is just I am doing my own back to basics practice, and I'm doing my own back to basics practice, and in inevitably what it has evolved into is I'm running my mouth talking about what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And so I also try to talk about like different approaches to get to the same result with some of the placement and that kind of thing, which is why we are actually going with grid paper next. And what happens in the room, Jason, in addition to that, is we have along the span of the 2 hours lots of other experienced artists in different in different medium, in different using different tools, whatever it is, and other experienced illustrators will also drop their gems. Other folks that are creatives, other folks that are lovers of the creative, lots of gem dropping happening in here, Jason. So I think it's maybe I will agree to you with you that this might be a good spot for you to hang out sometimes. You'll definitely learn something, and it might not be from me. You were a tracer as a kid, or we had a nice conversation about tracing the other day. Thanks to Artistic Avenues, thought provoking question. All right, y'all. I'm at 2 hours, and I could easily be like, I'm getting off. Oh, it's 11:11. It's 11:11, y'all. I looked up just at that moment. I get so distracted. Okay. Hey, Minnie Bloom. Good morning. Make a wish. What I do is I just use I get them actually a lot all the time, Artistic Avenue. And what I do is I take it as confirmation that I am doing the thing that I should be doing, that the plans that I have are I'm on track with them, especially if I'm seeing them frequently, which I have been seeing them frequently. Um yeah, yeah. So I'm not gonna cop out, y'all, because I could be like, it's 2 hours, I'm getting off. But guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna throw down because we need to get started on the grid paper and I'm running my mouth. I am gonna throw down the rectangle. So that initial rectangle I'm talking about, I'm going to throw it here to here and end it here. Now the reason I'm doing that is I'm going to use the tail end of each side as a triangle. Kind of similar to this. I did some other things over here for this piece on the bottom with a trapezoid. Oh, you're on your lunch break. Kind of, that's what, see, these are the things that I'm excited about with the change in the time. That one additional hour, actually not additional hour, the delay, the change to go 1 hour later actually leaves me in that space, Mini Bloom, where like folks that have an earlier lunch can drop in for a little bit from your classroom to my studio. I love it. My West Coast folks like Estella, um it's not such an egregiously early time to be assaulting them, so I like this. I so far, I mean, we're only 7 days into it, but I don't mind this like the 1 hour later time. I think that it works really nicely. So I am glad you caught us on your lunch break, Mini. How's it been being back? All right, y'all. Oh, Jason, we are happy to meet you as well. Jason, I am an artist just received two paintings yesterday. Is I am an artist someone is please forgive me if I'm not aware, but is I am an artist someone on TikTok that we should probably be aware of? He okay, I will look him up. I do hope he liked them. That's awesome. I will look him up. So good. All right. Thank you for the follow, Jason. I will follow you back. I